Hello, everyone, and welcome to Bowen Field, where tonight we have the nightcap of a triple header here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Bluefield College taking on the West Virginia Tech Golden Bears here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. It's a great night for baseball, and we're really glad to have you with us here in the two Virginias. Bailey Engel and Ethan Stinson, we're glad to have you with us. And now a lineup for Bluefield College in those favorite Desert Storm camouflage jerseys looks like this for BC. Jeremy Garcia leads off and plays in left field. Nate Cobb batting second, the center fielder. Ozzie Millette playing at third and batting third. Clay Wisner, who's been red hot for the Rams, batting fourth and playing at second base. Taylor Moe, the first baseman, batting fifth, with Elijah Lewis, the DH today, batting sixth. David Meach getting the start in right field for the Rams, and then Taylor Maldonado bats eighth, and he'll be the backstop for Bluefield College today. Andy Zapsus, the shortstop, closes out the lineup for Bluefield College. As for West Virginia Tech, a rocky road to start the beginning of the year for the Golden Bears. Kent Rockland, the shortstop, batting first. John Ackerman batting second and playing in right field. Andrew Sharp, the catcher, batting third. Patrick Burke, the first baseman, batting fifth, with Brogby Boyce, the second baseman, batting sixth. Tyler Wilkinson plays at third and bats seventh. Jared Sermishin, the center fielder, batting eighth, and C.J. Thousand, the left fielder, batting ninth for the West Virginia Tech Golden Bears. Well, we had the field lights pop off. We had to wait for Bluefield State to finish their game before this one. We are ready for almost an 8 p.m. first pitch with J.J. Downs on the mound for BC. First pitch is a fastball cranked on the ground, left side, backhanded stab Zapsos, and he couldn't get it. So we are underway with a base hit at 7:52 Eastern Standard Time. So the Rams currently coming off of a series win over the weekend against Montreat. Took the first two games, tried to get the brooms out, and, well, nearly had it against the Cavaliers in that one. Surrendered a late lead to the Cavs after the base hit. Here comes Ackerman for West Virginia Tech. Righty-lefty matchup. Wind blowing left to right. Downs deals. It's another fastball, and it's called in at knee-high for strike one. Count goes to 0-1. So for Ackerman, the right fielder, trying to knock home Rockland in that gray jersey from the first base side. Count goes to 0-1. Righty to lefty, Golden Bears making the trip from Beckley, West Virginia. Here's the pitch, runner takes off. Pitch is inside, Maldonado snags it. And I believe that Ackerman just got out of the way at the right time, and the count runs to 1-1. And able to steal with no throw from Maldonado is Rockland to second base. So here at Bowen Field with the wind blowing out and in, 335 down the lines and about 400 dead center. Not really any significant power alleys, a very conventional ballpark. Home of now the Bluefield Ridge Runners of the Appalachian League. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs, still scoreless. Top of the first inning. Here's the pitch. Ackerman slices it into the 5-6 hole, a base hit. Rockland around third, getting the green light. Garcia whips it in, and now it's 1-0. So Ackerman brings home a run on an RBI single. Downs giving up a couple of hits to the exact same spot. Lindemood up to bat now for West Virginia Tech. Designated hitter wearing number 27. So for the Golden Bears coming into this game, 3-12. Runner at first. Pitch sails outside and low for ball 1. Currently on a 9-game losing streak. Trying to add a game this week. Didn't know that this game would be added up until the weekend. Now currently up 1-0 over Bluefield College. So the Rams trying to use maybe a staff day for some midweek arms. And Lindemood and his ball club currently leading 1-0 without an out recorded here in the top of the first inning. Middle of the infield hoping for a double play, already a couple of hits. Pickoff attempt at first, not in time. So a ball and no strikes with no outs and a runner at first. 1-0 the score. West Virginia Tech already on top. 1-0. High fly ball cranked on the right side, and that'll scurry out of play. So on the year for J.J. Downs, 11.68 ERA. He's 0-3 on the year. This is actually his third start in seventh appearance. 12 1/3 innings pitched, 19 hits, 18 runs, 16 of them earned with 12 walks and 16 strikeouts. Here's a 1-1. It's a fastball low and away, 2 balls and 1 strike. So I got this game started a little bit late. Bowen Field need to be taken care of. There was a doubleheader played by Bluefield State today. Tough one for the Big Blues, losing both of those games. I was talking with Garrett Schilling before this one, pitching coach and assistant for Bluefield. 2-1. High fly ball swung on to deep center. On the run, Cobb. He's at the track, and that one's out of here. Luke Lindemood going yard on a 2-run bomb. It's 3-0 for the deepest part of center field. So 3-0 after the home run. Boy, that got out of here in a hurry. Little bit of wind pushing it, but that's it. Boy. 3 hits, 3 runs. So a 2-run home run. Andrew Sharp coming up with the bases now cleared. Rams still searching for their first run here, or their first out, excuse me. Pitch is low and away, ball 1. Yeah, it's a tough one for Downs. Already given up a home run to begin the ball game. That one is golfed out to right field. Meach on the track, turns around, and that one's out of here. Andrew Sharp going back-to-back with Lindemood, and now it's 4-0. This is a West Virginia Tech team that has lost 9 games in a row, and they can't be stopped here in the first inning. I have to wonder how long of a leash Garrett Schilling will have for Downs here to start out this ball game. 4 runs and no outs. Patrick Burke, the first baseman. And obviously the 2 home runs were hard hit, and there's no doubt about that because they just didn't sneak out of the ballpark. The 2 hits before that, the singles were hit pretty hard as well. West Virginia Tech is coming out guns a-blazing here. That first pitch to the lefty is ball 1, a little bit high. And Downs, coming into this contest, had surrendered 2 home runs across the 6 appearances before that. So West Virginia Tech has hit 2 in a row. Big cut and a miss on a pitch inside. Ball and a strike. Pitch is low, 2 balls and 1 strike. Two and 1 count here. Playing our first night game in Bluefield. That one's inside. Ducking out of the way, Burke. And I think for Downs, might be numbered a bit here. Four hits. Pitch. Outside, ball 4. And you really could not ask for a tougher start for Downs. Here's Boyce, the second baseman. Righty, here's the pitch. Goes outside and low. West Virginia Tech playing in the River States Conference, also NAIA. Boyce, the second baseman, with a wind flowing behind him. Here's the 1-0. High fly ball. Getting out of here, foul on the right side on the batting facility side. And it goes 1-1 with no outs and a runner at first. Boyce right now hitting 167. No homers, no RBIs. 2 for 12 on the year. That was a 1-1. Breaks on the corner, strike two. A bit of a dinner plan strike zone. That one almost really notched in on the plate. That was very close. Ball and 2 strikes. Maybe 10 minutes into this game, it's 4-0, back-to-back homers. Here's a breaking ball a bit outside, 2-2. Boyce laid off. Good West Virginia Tech contingent making the trip to Bluefield. Wearing the gray jerseys, the Golden Bears, with that WV as part of their logo. It's kind of like what you see from Morgantown, West Virginia. Here's a 2-2. Swing and a miss. And a strikeout for the first out of the first inning. Boyce goes down. And here's Tyler Wilkinson. So Wilkinson stands in on the left side. Has Burke at first after the walk. First pitch is low for ball 1. Wilkinson just making his 5th start of the year. 0 for 1 on the season. No hits as of yet. Now the pitch. Inside, 2 balls, no strikes. Rams coming into this game 9-9 overall. 6-3 in the AAC. Of course, this is a non-conference game. 2-0. Got him on the corner on the inside part of the plate. 2-1. 3 conference series wins in a row for Bluefield College. Taking 2 of 3 against Monterey, Milligan at home, and Union on the road. Finally going on the road this weekend. From the belt, a runner at first. 2-1. Fastball got him on the outside corner this time from the righty. And the count runs even at 2-2 as the wind continues to swirl here at City Park. Bowen Field at Charles A. Peters Park. Right outside of City Park. Currently right on the border between Bluefield, West Virginia, and Virginia. Technically in Virginia now. So 2-2, cut on and missed at a pitch in the dirt. Base is occupied. So that is the second strikeout in a row. Summershine coming up. Jared Summershine, that is. Runner at first, Summershine. Is hitting 300 this year. 3 RBIs, no home runs. That pitch is outside, ball 1. Check down from Maldonado. Inning started off with a single from Rockland, then another from Ackerman. Lindemood homered to bring home Ackerman, who already had knocked in Rockland. And then Andrew Sharp went back-to-back with Lindemood with a home run of his own to make it 4-0. Big swing and a miss, evens it up at 1-1. Patrick Burke over at first with a walk. Boyce and Wilkinson both struck out swinging. So Burke is at first after the walk. And Summershine hitting 300, trying to bring home potentially his 4th RBI of the year with a good enough hit here. Downs in a rough inning. Nods and the 1-1. High and outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. See that a few members of the softball team made the trip over from Graham Rec Park. A couple of heartbreaking losses for Bluefield College softball today, after leading for a good portion of Game 1 and most of Game 2. Here's a 2-1. Summershine looks at that one right down Broadway. 2-2, and Downs is a strike away from getting out of this nightmarish inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at first. 4 straight hits to begin the contest, then a walk. 2 strikeouts in a row for Downs. Comes the 2-2. Breaking ball just missed low and away. Ball 3. Tough throw, hopping over the head of Downs. And Downs luckily had Wisner behind him to give it right back to him. So the runner stays at first base and Burke. Full count. Three balls, 2 strikes. Now a payoff. Fouled away, blasted right over the awning on the right side. And we'll do it again at 3-2. Well, Garrett Schilling and this pitching staff have done a pretty good job, especially over the weekend. The batting for Bluefield has been pretty superb for the Rams these past couple of conference series. Going to have the work cut out for him here. Downs looks, another payoff, but time called. And Downs likely getting a gift right there because that fastball was just a bit outside. Well, the jury's out on whether the home plate umpire would have called that. Three balls, 2 strikes, still in the top of the first with 2 outs. Burke with a slight lead at first. Watch him to take off here no matter what. Comes a payoff. Swing and a miss, so Downs strikes out the side after giving up 4 runs on 4 hits to begin the ball game. A runner left on for West Virginia Tech, but we are on to the bottom of the first where it's 4-0 Golden Bears. Welcome back, everybody. Bottom of the first coming up here at Bowen Field. Rams down 4-0 to West Virginia Tech. Jeremy Garcia will be due up against Logan McClure for West Virginia Tech. Rams gave up a couple of home runs in that first inning, going back-to-back with Sharp and Lindemood. But now, up against a West Virginia Tech pitcher, right-handed man, McClure making his first start of the year, 7th appearance. 4.38 ERA, 12 1/3 innings pitched, 14 hits, 6 runs, all of them earned with 4 walks and 15 strikeouts. So West Virginia Tech, what's on the line for them today? Trying to break a 9-game losing streak, currently 3-12. They smoked a couple of home runs in that first inning off of Downs. But you know that in the middle of the week it's going to be a staff day, so likely going to see tons of pitching changes, which for the folks that are staffing this game, it's going to be a long one, especially because Bluefield likely will have the bats here against a midweek staff of West Virginia Tech. But the Golden Bears with a lot to prove here. Jeremy Garcia up to play for Bluefield. Left fielder. Garcia hitting .339 on this season through 17 games. No homers, 7 RBIs, but he has scored 17 times, setting the table for the guys behind him like Nate Cobb, Millette, and Wisner. Righty-lefty matchup, a favorable one to start the game. Mike White, the head coach, over at third base. Chris Allen, the assistant coach at first. His first season as that fastball hits on the outside corner for strike 1. Count goes to 0-1. Bluefield down 4-0 against a team that lost 9 games in a row. It certainly seems like it can be a shootout. As McClure kicks and offers, it skips in the dirt. Quick reset, who's in the field? Rockland at short, Boyce at second base. Burke, who was walked in the first inning, or the top of the first, is at first playing there. Wilkinson at third, Thousand in left field. Scheim, the center fielder, and Ackerman in right. Comes a 1-1. Breaking ball cut on and grounded over to short, backhanded stab. Long throw. Rockland in time. Got him by a step. So the shortstop able to throw it over to first in time for the 6-3 putout. Going to bring up Nate Cobb, new Ram from Ohio. Bluefield down 4-0. Cobb hitting .317 through 18 games. First pitch. A fastball high, but called a strike across the chest. 0-1. Well, this is a Bluefield College team that we have seen find success in conference play this year because they've been able to really invigorate small ball. And Nate Cobb, a big part of that. 0-1. As a fastball hits on the outside corner, and McClure going right after it here. No balls, 2 strikes. Cobb hitting .317, 20 hits on the year. Only 3 of them have been extra base hits. No balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. Now the offer. A little high at the chin for Cobb. It's ball 1. Center fielder's been playing a pretty good outfield for Bluefield this year as well. Lots of wheels, or plenty of wheels in the outfield, I should say, as that one hits outside. Just misses, actually. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Bottom of the first inning. Rams already down 4-0. Comes the 2-2 from McClure. Swinging a ground ball off of the body of Cobb, and he's going to have to walk this one off to try to alleviate the sting. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. You know, I should have never said anything about those Desert Storm jerseys. Because every time, I think they wear them just to spite the sports information crew now. They think it's funny. And you know what? I think it's funny, too. It's patriotic jerseys. They look pretty cool, but they are just so hard to read with the numbers behind. So if the Rams have a pinch hitter in, it just has to be announced from the top of the rooftops. 2-2 is bounced up the middle, gets past the glove of Rockland into center field, and Cobb is on with a base knock. There's a single for Cobb, and Ozzie Millette steps up to the plate. Ozzie Millette for Bluefield, once again having a great season at the plate. .353, 1 home run, 16 RBIs. Those 16 RBIs, second on the team. Remember last year, though, before the coronavirus ravaged through our country and stopped baseball season short, Ozzie Millette was hitting over 400 at that time. And the Rams were certainly excited to have him back in the lineup. As that breaking ball goes a bit inside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. McClure on the mound, already given up a base hit here. A good at bat from Cobb. Cobb thinking about taking off, and Ozzie Millette saw Boyce shifting over to the middle and pounced on the ball there to right center field. Cobb to third base, and there are runners on the corners. Well, that was just perfect. Ozzie Millette going opposite field there, reaching out and poking the ball to right because Boyce was ready to cover second base to cover the throw from the catcher Sharp, and Ozzie Millette was able to single over there to put runners on the corners. So now, here comes Clay Wisner. Wisner just having a great season for Bluefield College. .352, just 100th, or I should say 1,000th of a decimal behind Ozzie Millette. .352, Millette hitting .353. 4 home runs for Wisner, though, as that one backs inside on the righty ball 1. 24 RBIs. We saw him hit a solo shot in the last game against Montreat. Sharp wearing the Texas Rangers batting helmet under the old school catcher's mask. Actually saw one of the other coaches wearing a Pittsburgh Pirates batting helmet as well. Ball and no strikes with 1 out. Pickoff attempt at first. Millette dives back to the bag. Keep it at 1-0 with 1 out. Wisner with a chance here. Swing of the bat would make this a 1-run game, potentially with a ball that exits the ballpark. Even a fly ball at least gets Bluefield on the board. Breaking ball, curves inside, 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes. Wisner, the graduate of Malone University. I wonder if the family made their way out here on a weekday. Dad's recovering from surgery, able to come out over the weekend. See Clay for the first time in Bluefield, 2-0. Swinging a high fly ball, rocketed foul, and that'll go near the bullpen and out of play. Runs the count 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike to Wisner. Rams down 4-0. We're in the bottom of the first inning. McClure in his first jam here. Another pickoff attempt. And he's been pretty accurate over there on a couple of pickoffs snared by Burke. Millette trying to get a big jump to go to second potentially here. Rams at 9-9, trying to get to a game over 500. Millette takes off. That pitch in the dirt. Throw to second. Skips. And snared on a hop by Boyce, but Millette is in with a stolen bag. Meanwhile, Cobb stays at third. And now the count goes to 3-1. Well, they are doing some construction here behind home plate on top of the awning. And I think a bunch of sawdust just flew right into our little makeshift broadcast booth here. 3 balls, 1 strike. Batters count. That hops outside for ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Well, Ethan Stinson, bringing you into the broadcast for the first time. How do you feel about the sawdust rain we just had?
Well, I was going to tell you what, Bailey. I didn't know what that was. I thought, honestly, it could have been hail. It could have been snow. I just don't know at this point.
Yeah, well, the great part about it is it's really sanitary. So,
oh, thank God.
Bases loaded for Taylor Moe. First baseman swinging the bat. Grand slam could tie the game. First pitch, he blasted down the line foul. And that will exit the ballpark at 0-1. So, where we are right now, Jeremy Garcia grounded out to Rockland at short. Nate Cobb singled. He's at third base. Ozzie Millette with a single. Stole second. And Clay Wisner joined the base pass with a walk. And an 0-1 to the lefty, Taylor Moe. The 0-1. Breaking ball is high. So Moe, on the year, 271 hitter, 1 home run, 13 RBIs. Decent enough base hit here. Potentially make it 16 RBIs. Slight amount of wind flowing out towards center field. Beautiful night for baseball, might I add. 1-1. Swinging a little roller right side. Could be trouble. McClure picks it up, pops to first. No, just has to pump fake, and everyone is safe. Second baseman Boyce wasn't there in time to cover. Cobb comes in to score. Runners go station to station. Millette on to third. Wisner to second, and Moe with his now 14th RBI of the year on that infield single off the end of the bat. So Elijah Lewis keeps this first inning going. Started almost 30 minutes ago. 4-1 the score. Lewis, been a very reliable designated hitter for Bluefield College. Now the base is loaded. The pitch. Swinging a little tapper foul, third base side. The count goes to 0-1. Lewis hitting .240, has a home run, but 14 RBIs. So when the table's set, he's been able to get it done. Even a fly ball could be another RBI. Big cut and a miss, though. That pitch curved a bit outside, had him reaching 0-2. McClure really working up that pitch count to begin here. No balls, 2 strikes. Bases loaded. Ready for the 0-2. Swinging a high fly ball to center field. Simmersheim at the track, and it's a grand slam. No, check that off of the base of the wall, and now runs are going to score. Lost it in the wall, but for Elijah Lewis, able to tie up the game. Ozzie Millette, Wisner, and Moe all coming in to score, and it's 4-4 off of the 3-run double. Had a bit of wishful thinking there, Ethan, but that was such a great hit by Elijah Lewis. Got almost 400 feet on that one.
Yeah, and Bailey, and I also thought it went out the park, too, for a second there. But still, great play off the wall.
Lewis going very deep there. 4-4 the score, erasing that 4-run lead for West Virginia Tech. And this is going to be a long one. First pitch. Fastball swung on and cranked from Meach out to center field at the track, and that one is off the base of the wall. Lewis around third. He will score. Meach on his way to third. Throw there. He slides in, safe with an RBI triple. And now Bluefield takes a 5-4 lead. Well, we didn't even really get to introduce David Meach, but that's the right fielder in case anybody wants to know. Went deep. Nearly deep on the first pitch, and Ethan, sure that time, made sure that it hit the base of the wall. Had to cheat off a Semmersheim there, but boy, once again, seems like Bluefield seeing the ball pretty well.
Bluefield is eyeing the ball. I think they're really, really seeing to, like they said, they got their first lead of the game. I think that they're wanting to be consistent with their batting.
Well, Rams with 5 hits, very consistent considering there's only been 1 out recorded.
This half's going by so slow.
Yeah, bottom of the first. And you kind of know that with the midweek pitching, that it's very tough for teams to really hit their rhythm. McClure staying in as the pitcher. So now, here comes the 9th batter. Pitch goes on the outside corner for Taylor Maldonado. It's strike 1. "5-4 Bluefield leads. Inning started off with a grounder from Jeremy Garcia, then a single. 2 singles in a row, Cobb and Millette. Wisner walked. Taylor Moe. Meanwhile, that one grounded over to third, skips in late, and now it's 6-4. Maldonado on to second base after the error, and now Bluefield leads by 2. Gonna be a long one, Ethan. Lots of offense in this one, and it's just gonna be a tough pitching matchup.
Bluefield right now, if they keep it consistent, I think they're unstoppable right now.
Well, you got to see who the Rams get to throw out there. And it looks like the Rams are going to bring in a pinch runner. Andy Zapsis going on to run. Or excuse me, it's Max Aristi getting ready to run. Andy Zapsis up to the plate now, the shortstop from upstate New York. 6-4 the score. First pitch showing bunt, lays down a good one. McClure plays it, rifles to first in time for the second out. But the sacrifice is intact as we go back to the top of the lineup. Maldonado over at third. And now Jeremy Garcia, we have officially batted around. Garcia started off the bottom of the first with a grounder to short. So the Rams did most of that rally with 1 out. That fastball, I guess all of that rally, by the way, misses outside, 1-0. 6-4 the score. Lots of energy for West Virginia Tech coming into this one defensively after being up 4-0. Comes a 1-0. Outside corner, 1-1. Now with 2 outs, 6-4 the score. West Virginia Tech, losers of 9 in a row. It's going to be tough here for both teams to get something done pitching-wise as the 1-1 creeps in on the outside corner, 1-2. 6-4, 5 hits for Bluefield. They do call an error that allows Maldonado to move over to third base. That one blasted foul on the left side, and Garcia stays alive at 1-2. Elijah Lewis almost had the grand slam, lost it in the wall, was at the base of the wall, cleared the base runners, bases loaded on a double. It was a 1-2, just a bit outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. (6-4). Base hit would make it 7-4 with Aristi at third. Just a bit outside. Full count. Jackson a payoff. Outside, ball 4. So Garcia, on his second at-bat of the first inning, earns the walk. Nate Cobb comes up. Cobb singled and came around to score. Batted in on the Taylor Moe single. Golden Bears hoping for this final out. Pitch, a bit high. And Sharp gets up, ready to throw it down, but nobody moved. Here's the pitch. Once again outside and high. 2 balls, no strikes. So runners on the corners. Aristi at third, running in the place of Maldonado. Pickoff attempt, because why not? With 2 outs in a 6-4 game. Count at 2-0. Another pickoff, and Garcia decides to take off to second. Getting in a rundown here. Going back and forth, trying to chase him down. Burke. Garcia puts on the brakes, and the tag finally made. But the run will count. It is 7-4. Bluefield College leads in this one. Maldonado, making Aristi, comes in to score, and the Rams lead by 3. So after a very long 30-minute first inning, we are ready for the second. Bluefield leads by 3. CJ Thousand, ready to lead things off here. Maybe one of the coolest names that we have heard here at Bowen Field this year. 7-4 after a very long first inning. Down still on the bump for Bluefield College, up against the 9-1-2. That pitch is high and inside, ball 1. Count goes to 1-0, 7-4 the score. Bluefield found themselves down 4-0 after a couple of home runs from Lindemood and Sharp. Pitch sails high and outside, 2 balls, no strikes. But then the Rams brought home 7, loading up the bases a couple of times. Elijah Lewis with a bases clearing double, and then a triple right after that for Meach. From the belt, here's the 2-0. There's a strike. A pretty pitch from Downs, right down the middle. Rams 9-9. Still a 6-3 record in the AAC. Got off to a bit of a rough start. Big swing and a miss on a fastball outside. That was likely going to be ball 3. And then I was talking to Garrett Schilling before the game, and they had a pretty tough loss early on in the year against Bluefield State, and it was obviously a pretty big win for a lot of reasons, as far as it just being a crosstown rivalry. 2-2. Fouled off of the mask of Maldonado, keep it at 2-2. Then after that, Bluefield really has played well. They lost a couple midweek games against Shawnee State, but at least in the conference, the Rams are playing pretty well. I mean, picking up 2 of 3 against Union. They've won 3 straight conference series since doing so, or losing here at home against Bluefield State. Now you figure out how good your bullpen really is on these staff days in the middle of the week. CJ Thousand trying to battle through staff with Jason Downs, JJ Downs on the mound. Comes the 2-2. Must have been inside for ball 3. The 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff. Swinging a fly ball to right field. Meach calls it, looks for it in the night sky, steps up and makes the catch for out number 1. So a lot different than the way we started here in this ball game. 4-0. The first 4 batters came in to score for West Virginia Tech, and etching F9 into your books if you're keeping along at home. So now back to the top of the lineup. Kent Rockland got things started off well very early on. Just about 2 pitches in, I believe. Actually, it was the first pitch of the ball game. He was able to single through the 5-6 hole and left. First pitch. Rockland decides to take that one, and it's high and inside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Bailey Engel, Ethan Stinson, and Jackson Bast all live for you here, right behind home plate. Here's the 1-0. Swinging a high fly ball to right field. Meach steps up and makes the catch, so a couple of F9s in a row as we are underway here with 2 outs in the top of the 2nd inning. Well, Ethan, did you feel sad you missed out on a couple of softball games today as well?
I mean, I did, but you know, it's the energy's always good for a good baseball or softball game, and the outdoors is just a great place to be.
Well, that's a very political answer there, Ethan. Sounds like you're running for office there, bud.
Who knows?
Yeah, maybe one day. John Ackerman sends it in the air down the left field line. Long chase for Garcia in foul territory, slides, and the ball bounces into the bullpen. Garcia hopefully okay, and he is as he pops up. It's a loud 0-1. Count at 0-1. Ackerman with an RBI single. He knocked home Rockland to make it 1-0 West Virginia Tech. By the way, 7-4. Here comes the 0-1. It's the check swing at it. Called a fastball strike anyway. No balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, nobody on. So after West Virginia Tech sent 8 to the box to begin this ball game, see what Downs can do here to make it a 1-2-3 top of the 2nd. Ackerman awaits on the left-handed side. Downs the righty. Wind calming down, deals 0-2. And smashes that one in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, supposed to get this one started right around 7. Bluefield State taking time on their first 2 games against Glenville State. A pretty tough go of it for the Big Blues. Glenville State scoring 26 combined runs in that doubleheader. Here's a 1-2. Got him looking. Fourth strikeout of the ball game for Downs, and a 1-2-3 top of the second. We're on to the bottom of the second, 7-4 Bluefield here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Bottom of the second in Bluefield. Rams with Nate Cobb leading off after Bluefield College left him at home plate. Jeremy Garcia got himself into a rundown, but that brought in Max Aristi to make it 7-4. He was tagged out before that, or he was tagged out after that last run came in to score. So it's 7-4. McClure still on the mound in this midweek start. 5 hits for Bluefield in that first inning, as that pitch is cranked foul left side now to play for the lefty. Cobb 1 for 1 today. Had a single and a run scored in the first inning. Matter of fact, Jeremy Garcia was the only man with Zapsos to not score in that inning. Now it goes to 0-2. Garcia accounted for 2 of the 3 outs himself in that first inning. But I believe that the last one was a bit strategic after he reached on a walk to just try to bring home the runner after he knew he got into that rundown to at least stay alive for long enough to get Aristi to come in to score from third. Here's the 0-2. Over the top, fastball just misses outside to Cobb, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Shout out to Stevie Collier listening from Tazewell County. Stevie, a big-time fan of Bluefield College, a graduate as well. The 1-2. Swinging a line drive, stroke to center field, stepping up Sermersheim, and he can't make the catch as it drives in. So now a single for Nate Cobb. He's 2 for 2 on the day. And Ozzie Millette steps up to the plate with a 7-4 lead for Bluefield. You know Stevie, Ethan?
I don't think I do.
Well, you should. You should meet him. You'd like him.
Shout out to you, Stevie. I'd love to meet you sometime.
Here's Ozzie Millette. Pickoff attempt at first. Not in time. Chris Allen making sure he has the right communication going for Nate Cobb. Cobb likely to try to steal second here. Millette getting the swing away, but Cobb, a speedy base runner for Bluefield College. McClure realizing that. Still a playable game here, just a 3-run game. Another pickoff attempt, and that just misses by a second. Left fielder 1,000 playing back. Matter of fact, all of the outfielders playing pretty deep. So shallow line drives or little flares are going to drop for Bluefield, no problem. Another pickoff attempt. And, well, it's just where we are. If it's the 4th time's the charm, see what happens. McClure with the ball in the glove. Cobb takes off. Pitch inside. Sharp throw down to second. Skips in and bounces off the body of Boyce. And Cobb stays at second base. So all of those pickoff attempts, his suspicions were true, apparently, because Cobb was able to take off and steal the bag. So the throw skips in late. Ozzie Millette up in the count 1-0. A runner in scoring position for Bluefield College. Ozzie Millette singled last time up, stole a bag, and was able to score himself off the 3-run double. Time is called. Here's the 1-0. Swinging a line drive, smoke to left center field. That'll drop for a base hit and take a couple of rolls all the way to the wall. Cobb will easily score. Ozzie Millette jogs in with an RBI double. Another hit for Bluefield, and it's 8-4 Rams. They're in the bottom of the second with no outs. Clay Wisner walked and came in to score a run. Over 20 RBIs on the year. Deep enough base hit here can add another. It's 8-4 Bluefield up against West Virginia Tech, making the trip from Beckley. Have you been in the Beckley Armory, I believe it's called, the nice basketball gym there?
Oh, yes. Actually, my denomination held a lot of camp meetings there.
Well, I think that is one of the best arenas in all of West Virginia. Now, granted, as that one hits on a strike on the outside part of the plate, 0-1, I think that is just classic great high school basketball because you have that West Virginia showcase there, or whatever it's called, and Bluefield College and West Virginia Tech they were the finale a couple years ago at the end of those high school games. Comes the 0-1. Swinging a high fly ball to left field, going back under it, and that is snagged by Thousand. Boy, Wisner got under it. Tagging up, second to third goes Millette. It's a productive out for Clay Wisner. So put an F7 into your books, but a productive F7. And Millette goes to third. Seemed like that ball just jumped off of the bat, but stayed in the ballpark for Thousand. 8-4 the score. There's an out. Well, going back to what I was saying, just a packed house. Gets loud in there for West Virginia Tech basketball. I believe they had a little success on the women's side this year. Taylor Moe rips it foul on the ground on the first base side, pulling it there, 0-1. Ozzie Millette over at third. One out in the inning. Comes the 0-1. Skips in. Sharp doing a good job as a backstop. Smashes that one down in the dirt. Field's in great shape here at Bowen Field, by the way, a 1-1 count with one out. Ready for spring and summer to get into full swing. Bluefield Ridge Runner is going to be here in June. I believe that'll be a comparable season. The 1-1 is high and outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. To the old Appalachian League that was minor league affiliates in the Advanced Rookie League. Remember, here in Bluefield, the Bluefield Orioles were here for over 50 years. Had one of the longest affiliations before changing right at the turn of the 2010s to the Bluefield Blue Jays. Comes the 2-1. Outside corner, 2-2 on the lefty. Had some great alumni play in this ballpark. Cal Ripken Jr., Boog Powell. I believe Eddie Murray was here. And then on the Blue Jays side, Noah Syndergaard. And Noah Syndergaard was part of the Blue Jays organization before being traded to the Mets. So 2-2, got him looking. So there's a strike 3 call. Mo is retired. And then in 2016, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. played here. Probably the last big star to come through and be a Bluefield Blue Jay. Now up to the plate. Big swing and a miss for Elijah Lewis, who hit that ball deep to center his last time up. Millette at third, 2 outs, 8-4 the score. Comes the 0-1 to the righty. It's on the outside corner, 0-2. So Lewis hit a ball so deep to center it looked like it had cleared the wall. It just hit the base of it and brought home 3 runners in on a double. Count it 0-2. McClure comes set. Checks on Millette at third. Here's the 0-2. Swinging a poke foul that ricochets off of the awning and back onto the field. This very deep backstop at Bowen. On all the days you went to ball games here, Ethan, did you ever catch a foul ball?
No, but
No?
one about hit me in the head.
Okay.
That's not fun.
No, not at all. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, and Lewis goes down swinging. So just one run for the Rams on 2 hits. A runner left at third. We go to the third inning. It's 8-4 Bluefield. Clayton Lewis now on the bump for Bluefield as we go to the third inning. Left-handed pitcher switching it up from J.J. Downs, who went 2 innings for the Rams. Now up against the 3-4-5. Luke Lindemood hit a home run. Andrew Sharp on deck, he did as well. And then Patrick Burke, who walked. So Downs not going to be in line for the loss after the Rams scored 8 runs total in the first 2 innings. First pitch from Lewis flares in there for a strike. So Downs' day is done after 2 innings, gave up 4 hits, 4 runs. All of them were earned on the first 4 batters of the ball game, I might add, with 1 walk and 4 strikeouts. That pitch hits on the outside corner for strike 2 on Lindemood, who blasted a ball to center field his last time up. Clayton Lewis, 16.20 ERA across just 5 innings, has surrendered 6 hits, 10 runs, 9 of them earned with 6 walks and 6 strikeouts. Trying to cut down that ERA today, 0-2. Breaking ball, bounces away, almost looked like that one hit Lindemood on the hop, and it didn't. It must have hit off the shin guards of Maldonado, the catcher in this game. Also love to add that Alejandro Kirk also played here at Bowen Field. So another guy to look out for in the Blue Jays 2021 season. Here's the 1-2. Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. No outs. Lindemood awaits the 2-2. And it's high for ball 3. 8-4 the score. Rams were down 4-0. Put up 7 in the bottom of the first, and then 1 more in the second inning. West Virginia Tech trying to snap a 9-game losing streak. Rams trying to get to 500. Comes a payoff. Swinging a rip down the left field line foul, bouncing into the bullpen of the visitors, West Virginia Tech. Bluefield College wearing the red caps with those camouflage jerseys today and the white pants. Blue brims to those red caps. Here's another payoff from Lewis, and it's high for ball 4. So Lindemood has reached back-to-back at-bats. I'll bring up Andrew Sharp, who also went to center field. And that was the interesting part about those home runs, is the fact that neither of them really just snuck out of the ballpark. They absolutely shot out of a cannon into center field. We haven't seen that many home runs hit to center field at Bowen Field this year. Might add, not that many hit from right field as well. Good amount of the Rams hitting right-handed with pull power. Here's another right here. Sharp looks at a breaking ball drop in on the inside corner perfectly from Lewis, and the count goes to 0-1. No outs, runner at first. Here's the 0-1. Another breaking ball and yet another strike. One of a 12-6 action there from Clayton Lewis. And at 0-2. Shoulder shrug and the pitch. Had to take a swing at the breaking ball that time. Went 3 straight breaking balls there. It's fouled away. In fact, it looks like all of West Virginia Tech is wearing Texas Ranger batting helmets. I guess they can get away with that. They think the T stands for Tech. 0-2. Thought about it. Breaking ball sailed outside. Throw from Maldonado skips off the mound and runs over to Zapsos at short for no damage from the runner Lindemood at first. Kind of like what we see out of Bluefield Blue Jays, though, with Bluefield College. A lot of those Rams still wearing Blue Jays gear. Mike White and Garrett Schilling in charge of the field during the summertime. Lewis kicks and deals 1-2. So we get a ground ball shot on the left side and into left field past the dive of Zapsos. So Lindemood moves over to second. Sharp is on to first with a single. And the first 2 batters of Clayton Lewis's day have reached base. Courtesy runner coming out for the catcher. Something that has been pretty much a mainstay in NAIA baseball. It's ready to jog on. It's Douglas Pollock. A little bit of rain starting to drip down here. Can't tell if that's rain or the sawdust again. Playing up, showing bunt, pops it. That's on the left side and over towards the dugout for Patrick Burke. Count goes to 0-1. Shows bunt. Burke trying to lay it down, peels it back, and the count runs to 1-1. Well, Schilling actually helps out some with the grounds crew, but actually got to check that. Got to get that right. That Garrett Schilling coaches summer ball out in California, his home state. Here comes a 1-1, shows bunt, lays it down, middle of the field. Lewis on to third, and he is out. So Millette laid down a tag, didn't need to do so. The force is there, so Lindemood taking off the base paths on a 1-5. Sharp moves over to second, and Patrick Burke on with the fielder's choice. So there's one away. Brody Boyce, excuse me. One of those 4 strikeouts of the day for Downs. 2 men aboard now. Sharp at second, Burke at first. But inside, ball 1. Boyce, one of those 3 strikeouts swinging after, well, Downs had a rough go of it to start the game. Gave up 4 runs on the first 4 batters, including back-to-back home runs. But then after walking Burke, he struck out the side. As that one is chopped on the left side, Millette plays it. Backhand, quick throw to first. Good stretch by Taylor Moe, and he is safe. Well, I guess the idea is that his foot was off of the bag, but that was very close, and the bases are loaded on an infield single from Boyce. Well, it's a midweek contest. You only have a couple of umpires. Usually on a conference series, you're going to have at least 3, maybe 4. Here's Tyler Wilkinson. Breaking ball, called a strike with the bases loaded. So, swinging the bat could tie the game, 0-1. The count now on a breaking ball from Lewis. Comes the 0-1. Another breaking ball. Bit of a knee buckler there right down the middle. Strike 2. Tyler Wilkinson, by the way, struck out back in the first inning. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bases loaded. Rams hoping for a double play to get them out at the top of the third here with an 8-4 lead. And then time called. Runners on every base, the 0-2. Swinging a ground ball right side. Wisner throws to second in time, and a run comes in to score. Boy, Wisner almost had the tag there and could have gone to first, but it's an RBI for Wilkinson. He gets on with a fielder's choice. Sharp comes in to score, or at least the runner representing Sharp and Pollock. Burke on to third, and Boyce retired with a 4-6. So Wilkinson on, runners on the corners, and now it's 8-5. Bluefield leads by 3. Tying run potentially at the plate here. Sermersheim fouls off the first pitch fastball for strike 1. 2 outs. Center fielder stepping back. Home run here would tie the ball game. Already 13 combined hits in this one with the Rams leading by 3. Lewis deals 0-1. Breaking ball and a good one, 0-2. So now Lewis has the center fielder, and West Virginia Tech down to its final strike in the top of the third inning. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball sails high and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on the corners. The wind has died down. A few trickles of rain coming in. Comes a 1-2. Fouled back on a hanging breaking pitch right to the backstop. Base hit at least makes it 8-6. Downscore had a scoreless frame in the second, already 1 coming across against Lewis here in the third. Now the 1-2. High and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Field lights doing all the work of illumination here. Staff day starting at 7:40, make it 7:52. Pitch, breaking ball, swung on and cranked to left center field. That'll drop for a base hit. Pollock in to score. Wilkinson on to third. It is 8-6 after the RBI single for Sermersheim. 2 runs already coming across here in the 3rd inning. Wilkinson over to 3rd. Here's C.J. Thousand, who started off the 2nd inning with a fly out to right field. First pitch called a strike. Good start for Lewis in this at-bat. Lefty-righty, Lewis deals. Swung on and fouled away, going towards the light pole. And we'll do it here at 0-2. Wilkinson at 3rd, Sermersheim at first base. Here's the 0-2. So we got a high fly ball tattooed to center field. Cobb on the run, settles down and makes the catch. Well, he's got wheels in the outfield, and that saves a couple of runs from being scored. But a couple of runs do score on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. It's now 8-6 Bluefield. David Meach to lead it off in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Rams only up by 2 now. It's 8-6. Golden Bears able to score a couple there in the visiting half of the 3rd inning. It'll be the 7-8-9 due up against a new pitcher in Brandon Golden. Right-handed pitcher up against the lefty David Meach, who hit a triple his last time out and drove in a run to score. So it'll be Meach, Maldonado, and Zapsos. Pitch. Breaking ball just a bit outside, 1-0. One ball, no strikes, no outs. 8-6 the score. Rams put up 7 after being down 4-0 in the bottom of the 1st inning. Golden deals. It's a bit high. 2 balls, no strikes. Good night for baseball. Could be a late one here. Lots of offense. 14 combined hits in, well, 2.5 innings. Comes a 2-0. Knee-high fastball. Rams in there for a strike, 2-1. Rams have been on and off with these midweek games. Saw them get swept last week on a trip to Shawnee State, but then won a conference series on the weekend here at Bowen Field. Played pretty well here at Bowen. Comes a 2-1. Rip to center field, base hit. So David Meach on with a single to start off things well for Bluefield in the bottom of the first inning. Here the Rams cheering Meach. Maldonado up. Maldonado, the catcher, 1 for 1. Reached on an infield single, drove in a run. And got over to second on the skip that came in after he got to first base. Shows bunt, lays it down. It's a good one. Straight at third. Wilkinson charges and can't field it as it dies in the grass. See how that'll be scored. Meach moves on to second. Maldonado on at first base, and it will be scored as an infield single. So Maldonado on at first, Meach at second, and Golden has already given up a couple of base hits to start out his outing here in the third. So 2 men aboard. Zapsos had a sacrifice bunt. Only one of a couple guys that hasn't gotten a hit yet. Second at bat coming. Checks the runners with the wind now flowing in. Shows bunt. Tries to slap it down. It's called a strike. Didn't pull back in time. So now it goes 0-1. And in nightfall in Bluefield, Rams and Golden Bears squaring off in a good amount of sports. Actually in the same conference in wrestling. West Virginia Tech and the AAC in wrestling. River State's conference and everything else. Zapsos shows bunt. Once again, stabs at it and misses. No balls, 2 strikes. So now taking away the bunt opportunity here. Meach at second, Maldonado at first. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Righty to lefty at the plate. The pitch goes in the dirt. Zapsos lays off. Shortstop has actually not had to field a ball today, I believe, on a grounder. Pretty interesting through 3 innings of work that the shortstop really hasn't got into anything defensively except for Boyce getting retired on a 4-6 fielder's choice from Wilkinson. Zapsos has played very strong in the field this year. Golden takes a long look, 1-2. Fouls it away off the end of the bat into the stands.
And someone caught it over there.
Yeah, someone caught it on a hop. Moves to 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bottom of the third inning, 8-6 Bluefield leads. Zapsos battling here. Pitch. Swinging a bouncer into right field. A base hit past the dive of Boyce. Around third goes Meach. He will score. It's 9-6 Bluefield. An RBI single from Anderson Zapsos. Maldonado to second. Zapsos at first. And back to the top of the lineup with Jeremy Garcia. Garcia's 0 for 1. And got into a rundown after being walked because, remember, he saw a couple of at-bats in that first inning and got himself into a rundown between first and second. That baited a run to come in, kind of the decoy there, and that run ended up counting for the 7th run of the first inning and allowed Maldonado's runner and Aristi to score. By the way, Aristi on again as that is fouled off. Garcia trying to bunt a couple of runners into scoring position. No outs. Maldonado's runner in Aristi is at second. Zapsos at first with the RBI single. Well, a couple of extra base hits for Bluefield and Lewis and Meach, but that's it. 10 hits, 8 of them singles. Playing primetime baseball today. Here's the 0-1, shows bunt. Has a whack at it. Is it called a strike? And he held up, and the West Virginia Tech fans don't love that call. And I think they might have a little bit of a point. That goes to 1-1.
Also, shout out to Double Out, who had passed away here recently. He would, whenever there was a bad call, he would always tell the ump about it.
Right. It doesn't seem the same here at Bowman Field. I tell you what, it seems a lot quieter. But I think it seems a lot quieter because Double Out, Henry Belcher, was the only one talking anyway. Ball and a strike. The pitch shows bunt and skims off of the bat. Once again, Garcia and Zapsos, consecutive batters for Bluefield to fail to bunt. Worked out for Zapsos, though, because he brought in a run on a base hit. But that's still something that frustrates Mike White and the Bluefield batters in their own right because they're going to need to bunt in situational baseball here. Only up by 3. It feels like Bluefield is up by a lot more than just 3 because of the way they've been able to hit the ball. But West Virginia Tech, to their credit, has done a good job of getting back into this game offensively as well. So a 3-run lead, 2 men aboard, no outs, and a 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. First out. And Garcia 0 for 2. On the bottom of the third, Nate Cobb due up for Bluefield. 2 for 2 on the day with a pair of singles and a pair of runs scored. Well, Dink and Dunk Rams, 8 singles for Bluefield College across 10 hits. Now the Lewis one and the Meach triple, both of them were to the wall and center. The rest of these hits, pretty confident-looking singles. Rams pushing all the runners around with the singles. Here's Cobb with 1 out. And a pitch. Just a bit inside and high on the lefty. Ball 1. Now 1-0, packed week of Bluefield College sports. Got, what day is it? Today's
Wednesday.
Wednesday? Oh, my goodness. Triple header. Thursday, we have men's volleyball, Friday, softball, and then 3 volleyball games of men's on Saturday, and then 1 women's. So, got a lot to do. Here's the 1-0. And that one hits on the inside corner. Well, thank you, Ethan. You've done your job as my day of the week correspondent. Now you're guaranteed benefits and a salary. Congrats, living the American dream. Ball and a strike with 2 men aboard. Aristi at second, Zapsos at first. Here's the 1-1. Cobb just ducks out of the way. It's high and inside. 2 balls, 1 strike. And Cobb turned around, made sure that wasn't in Sharp's way there. Didn't know if he was going to throw it down. (9-6). Bluefield at 7 runs in the first inning, 1 in the second, and then already 1 here in the third. Comes a 2-1. Outside, ball 3. Wind flowing out towards center field. Three-run lead for Bluefield. Golden being pretty deliberate in between pitches. Glacial pace of this ball game. Here's the 3-1. Called a strike. Just missed. According to Cobb, but that's into the zone. 3-2. Full count. Golden, his first inning of work, looking at the signs, making sure not to get crossed up because that would be a tragedy. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and time called. Whew. 10 hits already for the Rams. Shoulder shrug, taking a look at Aristi. Here's the payoff. High and inside for ball 4. And the bases are once again loaded, this time for Ozzie Millette. Well, Millette's got a single and a double today. Trying to break this game open for potentially the second time. Rams have led by as much as 3. It was 7-4. Actually, check that. They've led by as much as 4. It was 8-4. Bases loaded, up against Brandon Golden here in his first inning of work. Aristi at third, Zapsos at second, and Cobb at first with a walk with 1 out. Quarter infielders playing in, middle of the infield playing back, as Millette takes that one inside and low, ball 1. Big part of the lineup for Bluefield, Millette and Wisner. As well as Taylor Moe. Rams have hit pretty well in this part of the lineup. Comes the 1-0. High. And it's upstairs for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Well, it seems like that little bit of rain has subsided. Definitely helping us here in our outdoor press box. Right behind home plate. Got a good setup here. No longer on the third baseline, but rains in the forecast might have to go back over there. 2-0. Swing and a miss, and Millette reaching outside. Lights are on. Starting to feel a little bit more like summer, but the temperature's dropping. It's going to be cold on Friday. A little bit rainy. Comes a 2-1. Millette swings and drives it to center field. Sermersheim able to step up, makes the catch. Aristi tags up, and it's 10-6 Bluefield. So a sacrifice for Millette. That's his first RBI of the ball game. Here's Clay Wisner. Zapsos at second, and Nate Cobb stayed at first. So 2-minute board with 2 outs for Wisner. Wisner hit a ball deep to left field. Kind of jumped the gun on a home run call there because it looked like it was just shot out of a rocket launcher off of his bat and stayed in the ballpark. Golden checks second and deals. So we get a chopper, left side, charging up Wilkinson. Bobbles, throws to first in time for the final out of the third inning. But the Rams score a couple of runs on 3 hits. No errors, and 2 men left on base. It's now 10-6 Bluefield on to the 4th inning. On to the 4th inning, Bluefield College leads 10-6. Colton Bachler now on the mound for Bluefield, but as I hand over my play-by-play duties to Ethan Stenson for the 4th inning. Ethan?
Thank you, Bailey. And it has been a great contest out here today. Like he said, the rain has subsided here. Let's hope it stays that way. Bluefield is up by 4 right now, 10-6. Wonderful day out here. 4 innings in, and it's just been a slow game, slow pace. And now to start things off in our 4th inning, we're starting back up with number 2, Rooklyn, back at the top of the lineup.
Yeah, Rockland in this one, 1 for 2 already, Ethan. Had a single, really got things started off well in that first inning.
Last time got an F9. Let's see what he can do here. Here comes the pitch. Bunt. And he is out at first base. That brings 1 out on the first play on the board for Bluefield College.
That's a good job there. The Maldonado didn't really get faked out by that. They tried to sneak him on with a bunt to begin things with the leadoff man in the 4th inning, and Maldonado was able to charge up into the grass and get that throw over in time.
Top of the 4th. It's 10-6, man on first in Rockland. He scored a single. And that's a strike, 0-1 as he swung at it. 1 out on the board. Bottler. And a foul ball as it goes way behind into the press box. Or, over the press box.
Yeah, luckily not straight right into the press box, Ethan.
Yeah, I don't
not pinballing into Bob Red's computer.
Oh, or Rocky Mountain, Missouri. Yeah. Your batter gets set. Here comes a pitch. And a swing and strike. And that's going to be a strikeout, as it's already now 2 straight outs. Bluefield College doing great on the defense.
And I think for Bachler that time, going back to the breaking ball, a bit of a 12-6 action there and had Ackerman really flowing through it. But he's got a big batter up here in Lindemood, who had a pretty big hit in the first inning, Ethan.
Yeah, Lindemood had a home run and really contributed to that early first inning lead. He gets set. Bottler pitches. Ball low and outside. Ball 1. It's 1-0. It's top of the 4th. 10-6 in favor of your Bluefield College Rams. Thank you all for listening out here today on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Lindemood still up to bat. He gets set. Calling time, the umpire, as Lindemood gets extra time to get set. Bachler pivots. And it's a high ball into center field and caught by Cobb. Gives the 3rd out of this quick half inning. And we'll be back in a few for the second half of action here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Bottom of the fourth inning, getting ready underway here at Bowen Field. Hi, Ethan Stinson on the call for you, at least for this fourth inning. Alongside Bailey Angle. Taylor Moe going to start things off for us in this next bottom half of the inning. And he had a strikeout the last time at bat. Let's hope he can rectify it this time.
It was a big part of that first inning, Ethan, where the Rams put up 7 runs. Taylor Moe drove in one on a single and came in to score as well.
One of the major contributors, off of that RBI single. Taylor Moe, the lefty, comes out onto the field, tapping the plate.
See what Golden can do in inning number 2 here on the mound for West Virginia Tech, Ethan.
Golden gets set. He pivots. And right in the middle, smack dab, strike. 0-1. It's bottom of the fourth inning. No balls, 1 strikes, no outs. As of yet, no men on. 10-6 Bluefield. Golden pitches. Oh, my Lord! It hit the crowd mic out of the way.
Yeah,
I
it
thought,
did. Okay, it almost hit you in the face.
Yeah.
We're okay. We're all right. That's honestly the
deja
first
vu.
time. Yeah.
Deja vu, guys.
Yeah.
Other time as a spectator, man.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, I was like, has that happened to you before? It's your first ever play-by-play ever. You're about to get hit in the face.
Yeah, as a spectator, that happened once before, as I said before. So now we're recuperating. Golden for the pitch. And it's 2 strikes. Yeah, no outs. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the board. Thank the Lord I did not get a concussion.
Did it come? How close did it come to your face? Because we were actually wondering this. Because maybe you should step back onto the second tier here. Because the way it's staggered here, maybe you should come back 1 more so you don't have to worry about a ball retracting into your noggin.
Well, I leaned back.
Okay, get your limbo playing in.
A little bit of limbo. It's 1-2, 10-6. Rams lead it. It's almost 9:30. Game's starting to pick up some speed. Here's Golden. And another foul ball on the third base, going across the third base line and towards the press box side. 1-2 remains the count. It's 10-6 Bluefield. Golden clasps the hands, gets set, pivots, and ball 2 in and 2 low. That's a ball 2. Evening up the count. 10-6 Rams. No men on as of yet. No outs on the board. Golden, a little bit to the outside and too low. It's a full count now, 3-2, no outs. Rams lead at 10-6, up by 4. Here comes Golden. And another foul ball going across the third base line. Almost caught it in foul territory, but not quite.
Oh, Wilkinson's got to have that. Just overplayed it way over to the left. And it's not like the sky is overcast. It's got to stick out. He might lose it in the lights just a little bit. But I think for West Virginia Tech, would love to have that one back because this is a chance here for Taylor Moe on this next pitch to actually get on either with ball 4 or another base knock.
Taylor Moe gets ready, gets set. Golden pivots and dishes. And a perfect strikeout in the middle of the plate. It's strike 3, first out on the board for the Bluefield College Rams.
Well, Taylor Moe looked at that fastball go up and outside and just watched it fly in there. Thought it was going to be a little bit high, but home plate umpire said no, that actually crossed the plate there and actually went in through those Rams letters on the chest. So a big strikeout for Golden. That's his second strikeout of the ball game.
And also the second straight looking at it, too. Elijah Lewis up to bat now. And a swinging strike. Count 0-1. Ball game is 10-6 Rams. 1 out on the board after the second straight looking strikeout for Taylor Moe, who also plays at first base. Here comes the next dish. A little bit too wide and too low. It's 1-1. 1 out on the board, no men on. This could very well be a scoreless inning if the momentum keeps going the way it is. Golden throws. Catcher misses it.
Yeah, I think that was a bit low, trying to bury that breaking ball outside. And Lewis is a guy that cranked the ball deep to center field at one point.
That was all the way back in the first inning of play. Two and one the count. Here's Golden. And ball 3 after a little bit too low.
That was a pretty good pitch there from Golden. I'm surprised there that that didn't cross the knees for strike 2. So Lewis with the batter's count here.
Golden dishes another one to Lewis. And a ball 4. Going to first base there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. The umpire threw up his hands. That was going to be ball 4 either way, but I'm not sure if that hit Lewis or not. It just skimmed him in the leg, but either way, a runner at first with 1 out.
Yeah, hits batsman rule also applies. So I saw it kind of hit his legs too. So either way, we'll call it a base on balls for the scorebook. Man on first in Lewis. New batter, David Meach. Ball went a little bit too low. 1-0.
Yeah, Meach with Lewis, a guy that hit the ball deep back-to-back in that first inning. Ended up scoring a run, and he scored again in the third, Ethan.
Yes, he did. And high ball to center field. Out at the, almost at the wall.
That ball dropped in, Ethan.
And it dropped in. And just like that, he scores a double.
So I think for David Meach right there, that's going to be called an error, Ethan. So kind of a little league double, if you were. But David Meach in with that error. It looked like Sermersheim and Thousand converged in on it, and they couldn't have the call of who was going to catch that ball. And it looked like it hit Sermersheim's glove and fell down into the grass. So an E8 now runners in scoring position for Taylor Maldonado.
Maldonado now up to bat on the right hand. He taps the plate, gets in stance. In this scoreless inning thus far. Golden. A little bit low and wide, ball 1.
You said something about the pace of the game really speeding up, and I think, Ethan, you might have spoke a little too soon with that one, buddy.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that. I think the momentum's gone off a little bit off the gas pedal. Here's another pitch, and that time not quite hitting us,
Yeah,
but a
right.
foul ball nonetheless. 1-1, 1 out on the board. 10-6 Rams leading it. Bottom of the 4th inning, still scoreless. No scores even in the top half of the inning. Maldonado gets set. Here comes the pitch. And yet another foul ball. It's 1-2. Man on first. Man on second and third, excuse me. Misspoke. It's 1-2. 10-6 Rams. Maldonado gets his footing. Here comes another throw from Golden coming up. Here it is. And a wild pitch going into home. And that's another score in the books. Off the wild pitch.
Yeah, 11-6, and that's a big throw coming in from Golden. A bit of a tough inning. Already the second pitcher we've seen for West Virginia Tech, Elijah Lewis, coming into third. David Meach moves on to third, and really he should have been out anyway with that drop ball into left field. And now a 2-2 count for Taylor Maldonado. Deep enough fly ball still can make it 12-6 game, Ethan.
First score of this inning, just now made. Now up to bat. Still is Maldonado.
Well, you still have to look at the infield in as well, Ethan. So any ground ball, they're going to try to throw it home if Meach tries to even flirt with going home here. They want to keep this at a 5-run game at this point.
And a nice one going into left field. Outfielder rushing for it, and a catch. Going sliding home. And let's see what the home base judge has to say about that.
Well, Ethan, it's going to be a sacrifice fly here. So Taylor Maldonado is going to get the RBI off of the sacrifice fly into left field. But a good catch made by Thousand, almost overtracked it again, and Meach is able to come in to score. So now it's 12-6.
12-6 your score, as Bailey has said, and a nice RBI off the sacrifice. Second run of this inning.
Got a new batter up as well. It's going to be the shortstop, Ethan.
Zapsos is his name. He's a lefty. See what he does here. Here's a pitch, strike, right at the letters. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs on the board. Base is now, just like my plate for dinner, empty.
You didn't get any Subway with us. That's right. I'm sorry, Ethan.
Oh, no, man. I ate before I got here. But bunt going foul on that one.
So you tell me you lied. You said your dinner plate was empty.
No, that's what it is after the fact.
Oh, okay.
Not before the fact.
All right. I gotcha.
Yeah, I'm a very honest individual, even though I'm a future politician.
Of course, yeah, that's right. All right.
0-2 the count, 2 outs. Potentially, if he strikes him out, that's the end of this one, at least for this inning. Going to the top of the 5th, potentially. Zapsos gets in stance. Golden clasps the hands. He throws in, and a grounder to first base, and the third out on the board as people are now coming back in. Score 12-6 in favor of the Rams. Bailey Engel to take the play-by-play duties once again at the top of the 5th. This is the Rams Digital Sports Network with Bluefield College Rams baseball.
So actually, once again, Ethan told a little fib. He's going to do more play-by-play here on the top of the 5th inning as Bluefield leads in this one 12-6. Ethan, there's a new pitcher on for Bluefield.
New pitcher in Powell as we are getting ready to start our 5th inning of play at top of the 5th. Now at bat is Andrew Sharp for the WVU Tech Bears. Here comes the pitch from Powell. Strike. 0-1 the count.
Well, Bachler came in and did a good job, Ethan. Colton Bachler came in, threw in that 4th inning. 1-2-3 went the Golden Bears. No hits, no runs. He also had a strikeout.
Here comes the Nets pitch. A little bit too wide and high. 1-1 the count from the new pitcher, Powell. Andrew Sharp, number 23, who plays at catcher. Up to bat. It's 12-6 in this one. Rams leading it. Had a nice fly ball up to right field. And I think it was at the wall. They didn't get it caught. And safe at third on the triple.
Yeah, that's a big-time triple for Andrew Sharp. He's now a double away from the cycle, Ethan. Andrew Sharp homered in the 1st inning, singled in the 3rd, and now there's a triple. So arguably he's gotten the hardest 2 hits out of the way for that cycle, and now a double coming up could give him that cycle here. What a way to start out things in the 5th inning with that triple off the ball that kicked off of the wall.
Now we got a lefty coming in on this lineup, Patrick Burke. Powell has some people cheering for him in the stands.
And they're going to bring in a courtesy runner. Looks like it's going to be Pollock again over at third base because remember, at this level of baseball, you're allowed to have a courtesy runner come in for the catcher.
I believe it's like that in Little League, too, if I'm not mistaken.
You would be correct.
And a strike. A little bit low, but a strike nonetheless. 0-1.
See what Patrick Burke can do here. 0 for 1. He put the ball in play back in the 3rd inning. He was walked in the 1st. And this is just a 6-run ball game. And with these midweek pitchers, it certainly is attainable.
Man on third. Here comes a pitch. Too wide, too low. 1-1. It's 12-6 in favor of the Rams. They lead by 6. On third base, you got Andrew Sharp. At bat, you got Patrick Burke. Here comes a pitch. Ball too low and too wide. Ball 2. Burke getting in stance once again. Powell clasps the hands. Pivots. That time a low ball. 3-1. 12-6 Rams. It's 9:44, almost 10 o'clock here in Bluefield, Virginia.
We're already in almost hour number 2 of this ball game. Got to start around 7:52.
And we're not even well, I guess we are technically halfway done. I'm not a mathematician. And a grounder to first. And it looks like it's going to be a first out of this first half of the inning. Nice play at first. That retires Burke with a run at home.
Well, Ethan, to do the math here, 2 more outs and then we're halfway through, okay? Because you got to go through the first 4.5 innings. So we're at the top of the 5th. All right, there you go.
All right.
I'm not Isaac Newton, but you got to figure that one out, buddy.
Now we got Boyce up to bat. Wild pitch, seems. Though the man stays on at third.
That's a good job by Maldonado keeping that one in front, and Powell was about ready to sprint home to cover here.
Boyce comes back up to bat. Brody Boyce. Plays at second base. Ball low. Correction, that's a strike. 1-1 with 1 out on the board. 12-6 Rams. It's top of the 5th inning. And a foul ball going into the stands. Not quite. It bounced off the roof. 1-2. One out on the board. Man on third. After a good first base play, they make the first out of this one. Boyce gets set. Powell throws. Grounder to the first baseman. And for the second time in a row, Mo getting a second out of this one.
Yeah, Sharp still coming in to score, though, so Boyce getting the job done and making this a 5-run game.
5-run game it is. Sharp coming back home. Brody Boyce getting the out.
Yeah, RBI, though, for Boyce, his first of the day.
Now Wilkinson, a lefty, coming up to bat. He plays at third base. Here comes the pitch down from on high. And, oh, it's going high into left field, but caught by Garcia. Making this third out of this one. It's 12-7 with 1 run scored in this top half. We'll be back for the bottom of the 5th here in a few on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Welcome back. Bottom of the 5th inning. Ethan Stinson, Bailey Engel, glad to join you all. And at the top of this one, at the bottom of this one, rather, but at the top of the play here, we got Garcia having a pinch hitter in Holzer.
Yeah, Andreas Holzer, we saw him play a lot of right field last season for Bluefield College. Pretty competent batter for Bluefield. See what he can do here.
Golden dishes. And a swing and strike from the ump. 0-1.
Yeah, Golden's into his 3rd inning of work now. Some big raindrops start to fall.
It's 12-7 in favor of the Rams. No balls, 1 strike. Early on in the bottom of this one. 1 run scored in the top half. And a ball high, 1-1.
And cover it up.
Here comes the next one from Golden. As he clasps his hands, gets ready for the play. Ball low, 2-1. 12-7 Rams. Starting to rain on us a little bit here at Bowen Field. Here comes the next pitch. And a strike, evening up the count, 2-2.
Looks like Holzer's taking some big hacks here. We've seen the two swings he's had. He's going for the wall in left field.
As it seems. The two swinging strikes puts him at the risk of a strikeout here. Golden dishes. That time a foul ball on the first base line.
Yeah, if it starts raining out here, Rams are going to try to go at least 5 innings, as there is a big, we just saw the radar from the GM of the Bluefield Ridge Runners, Rocky Malamazura. There's going to be a lot of rain coming in here in a second. So,
oh dear. Well,
yeah, I think that we're going to see that what Dre Holzer says here, because we're about to really pack up here in a second, folks. Ethan, if you don't mind, I'll step in with the play-by-play here in a second, because it looks like we're going to have to start packing up here soon. But how about you finish this at bat, Ethan?
All right. Holzer. It's at center field. Not caught. He rounds first base for the single.
All right, folks, that'll just about do it for us as we try to move over to the press box. Just remember, bear with us. It's 12-7. There's a runner at first here. Want to save our equipment because we have currently no cover right behind home plate. So we will take a break here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Runner at first. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Bluefield leads by 5. Just here in Bluefield. Sorry for the move over to the third base side. The rain is really coming down, and with a 7-run lead for Bluefield College on to the top of the 6th, Rams with 3 more runs would virtually end it with the mercy ruling here in the NAIA. But we have decided to continue. Mike White deciding that the field could use a bit more rain, and that is where we are. So the Rams leading in this one by 7. Playing in the rain that really picked up and then subsided as that one is belted out into right field. Stepping back, Meach, and is able to make the catch for out number 1. Lots of offense in this one, Ethan. 20 combined hits, top of the 6th. And, I mean, for Bluefield College, after being down 4-0, they really were able to answer.
Yes, they were, and I think they redeemed themselves, now doubling the score of the Bears.
Yeah, and when we made the long trek from behind home plate to here in our old little confines here, you can see the rain at home if you're watching, that there's a ton of rain, and the Rams were still able to put up a couple of runs there in the bottom of the 5th inning to make it 14-7. While the count rides to 1-0. So, West Virginia Tech, without a big comeback here, could possibly fall 10 games in a row. Up to the plate now, it's Yannick Petrie. Takes that one outside. 2 balls, no strikes, and 1 out. Nobody on for the Golden Bears. Pitch, and it's high for ball 1. Make it ball 3, actually. 3 balls, no strikes. Zach Powell still on the bump. Amount of rain has now eased up a bit. Mike White deciding, well, don't play here this weekend. Can get the field a little bit wet. At a 3-0, the pitch. There's a fastball across the knees for strike 1. Runs the count at 3 balls and 1 strike. (3-1) creeps in for a strike. No, full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count with 1 out, 14-7 the score. Rams with 7 runs in that first inning. It's taken them the last 4 to get to double that mark. Big swing and a miss, and Powell able to record the strikeout. Good pitch there by Powell, especially, Ethan, after being down in the count 3-0.
Absolutely, and I believe that Powell, he has delivered consistently.
It really has. We'll see what he can do here against Kent Rockland, the shortstop. Welcome back here, Rams Digital Sports Network. Move over from home plate, got a bit experimental and didn't want to sacrifice any of our equipment, so we made the move into cover here down the third baseline.
We're in tight quarters, might I add.
Yeah, a little bit. A little tight quarters. Got the window open. 2 outs. Now the pitch. Strides into it. Rockland now up in the count. 2 balls, no strikes. Powell trying to retire West Virginia Tech. 3 up, 3 down. And that pitch creeps in for a strike. 2-1 in the top right part of the corner on the righty. Rockland, remember, started off the game against Downs with a single, and that is why this game is semi-attainable for West Virginia Tech, or at least it was at some points before Bluefield went up to a 7-run lead. Here's the 2-1. High and inside, 3 balls, 1 strike. 4 runs, scoring the first 4 batters for West Virginia Tech. The pitch. Swinging a pop-up. Middle of the infield. Zapso's traveling, calls off Wisner, and the catch is made. 3 up, 3 down go the Golden Bears as we head into the bottom of the 6th inning where the score is 14-7 Bluefield. Caleb King on the bump for West Virginia Tech. Bluefield leading 14-7 onto the bottom of the 6th. Bailey Engel, Ethan Stinson with our photographer and producer, Jackson Bast. Glad to have you with us. Long day here at Bluefield. And with the rain making it pretty tough to play baseball and still electing to keep this one going with the rain torrentially coming down for a bit. Now it's just kind of an annoying just flutter of mist flying down from the 2 Virginia skies. King on the mound, right-handed pitcher. Bluefield leading by 7 in an offensive showdown, and really you can expect that a college baseball midweek game. Tons of offense, already seen 20 combined hits, 8 for West Virginia Tech, 12 for Bluefield. 2 errors, I should add, for the Golden Bears in the field as well. So Caleb King, first inning of work coming up. Rams trying to jump on him. Maybe potentially go up by 10. Trying to end this one a bit early. Oh, Ethan, you know, we said it was a beautiful night for baseball when we originally started out the broadcast, and I think it was. Now, not so much.
I think that the tides have turned.
Yeah, absolutely. 14-7.
Just glad I got my jacket on.
Glad you got your jacket on, and I'm glad we didn't damage any of our equipment. So there's the real win. Ellie Mejia. Check that. That pitch drops on the knees. Nope, true. It is Ellie Mejia. So Ellie Mejia up in the count, or down in the count, 0-1 to King. Rams getting a few new bats out there. Comes the 0-1. Looks at it low and away. Ball and a strike with no outs. Big inning for Bluefield after being down 4-0 in the first, put up 7. They have not given up the lead since. Got to at 1.86. That is it. Rams have led the entire way. Fastball high and outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. Lots of encouragement on that first base side for Eli Mejia. Now the pitch. High and away. 3 balls and 1 strike. Three balls, 1 strike, batters count, and a pitch outside, ball 4. No runner at first for Bluefield. Maybe not the way you want to start the day, Ethan. Walking the first man you see and already down by 7 runs. And here's Andreas Holzer.
Yeah, for the base on balls, but, they're breaking in someone relatively new on the field.
Yeah, and that's really what these midweek games are about, getting your bullpen a little bit more acclimated so you can bring them in a spot on the weekend series, as that one was blasted foul by Holzer. Holzer batting in the place of Garcia, so we are at the top of the lineup currently for Bluefield. Count 0-1 with no outs. And you saw that with the Rams as well. And J.J. Downs, that is, giving up the first 4 runs of the ball game without getting an out. Holzer goes fishing at a pitch low, no balls and 2 strikes. No balls, 2 strikes. Holzer, the righty, with King, the righty on the mound. The pitch. And the dirt rolls through sharp, and on to second goes Mejia. I call that a pass ball. And a ball and 2 strikes. So Holzer with a chance here. Swing of the bat makes it an 8-run game. Holzer's taking some monstrous cuts. Comes a 1-2. Big swing and a miss, strike 3. And there is a strikeout. So, out number 1. Nate Cobb. A pretty confident bat this year for Bluefield College. Got a bit of a football score here, Ethan. Now, if this was a football game and it was 14-7, that's kind of pretty much of a defensive showdown. You can't say the same for baseball at all.
Yeah, and I'm also a producer for high school baseball or football rather, and I've seen a game like that when 2 ball clubs just clashing at it on the field.
Yeah, 14-7. I mean, that's 3 combined touchdowns, and this right here, that's 20 combined hits. So a little bit different with the scores here. And a 14-7 football game is a great game. A 14-7 baseball game is a different story. By the way, 1-0 the count on Cobb. Fouls it back 1-1. And you've seen midweek games go like this before. I remember a couple years ago, back in the Battle of the Bluefields, talk about a football score. It was 27-14, and that's not even the best football game. That's a two. Maybe if there was a pick 6 on the final drive, or that was a meaty ball game of 4 hours, and we're going into potentially hour number 3 at we're about 2.5 hours into this one. Cobb check swing. Did he go? And called it a strike. So 1-2. So a ball and 2 strikes. Rain still coming down. Pretty consistently. It's about the bottom of the 5th inning. Here we are in the bottom of the 6th.
You reckon they'll go to 7?
We'll see. I'd like to think so. Goes out and 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Yeah, and I mean, it's not ideal weather, but I think that Mike White, who in Rocky Mount, Missouri, got to think that they're not going to play this weekend. So the field's going to get a break either way. So there's no absolute rush to keep the field ready for a weekend series. 2-2. We'll have to wait, call time, and that one sails away from Sharp anyway. Rams going on the road this weekend at a conference series at home against Montreat, and they're going to Dayton, Tennessee, starting on Friday, March 19th against Bryan.
We saw Bryan College really show up and show out last night in women's volleyball.
And we saw them in softball today as well, sweeping Bluefield College. They were a very good volleyball team. That breaking ball goes outside. Runs account full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, that was a Bryan team that didn't want to make the same mistakes as they did back on March 4th. Because remember, Bluefield College beat them on the road and Dayton, Tennessee. And then they came to Bluefield last night and really handled their business and won all 3 sets by at least 6.
And once again, our games are archived if you want to look back at them.
There you go. Ball 4. It's an Nate Cobb. And there are 2 men aboard with 1 out. Comes Ozzie Millette. Look at the bat. Could make this one good enough for Mercy rolling. So remember, the Mercy ruling in NAIA, you have to play at least 7 innings. So Ozzie Millette, the home run here, theoretically, would not walk it off. It has to go to the 7th inning, and then the Rams could get 3 more outs. As Millette shoots that one on the ground, snared there, on to second, throw to first, in time. Taylor made 6-4-3 double play. Won't have to worry about the theoretical at all. Tough slide there for Cobb. See if he's okay at second base. But 6-4-3 double play. We now go on to the 7th inning where Bluefield College leads in this one 14-7. Cody Gardier on the mound for Bluefield College, top of the 7th. And for the Rams, leading by 7, Bailey Engel, Ethan Stinson. In a pretty long midweek game, Bluefield College, and really jumping on West Virginia Tech from the beginning. And you knew that was really going to be the tone setter of this game. It was going to be midweek pitching, figuring out your bullpen after the game started off. A couple of singles, back-to-back home runs from Lindawood and Sharp. Now ready to lead this one off for West Virginia Tech, making the trip from Beckley. Going to be Ryan Miller. Yet another batter coming into this ball game. Top of the 7th. Well, midweek baseball, college baseball ends up sort of being like this. Trying to figure out your bullpen. Could be a lot of hits, and it really has been.
And they are playing like bulls out there today.
Yeah. 14-7. 20 runs, or make it 20 hits 21 runs. Cody Gardier on the mound up against Ryan Miller. Gardier's first inning of work. And the pitch. Fastball right down the middle for strike one. Counted 0-1. West Virginia Tech really struggling here in the past couple of weeks. 9 losses in a row. Gardier kicks and deals. There's a breaking ball and a beauty right across the strike zone. No balls, 2 strikes. 9-game losing streak. Possibly be 10 here. Comes the 0-2. Fastball framed low. Maldonado trying to do a good job of keeping that one up. That's ball and 2 strikes. The right hand, Gardier fires away. That one skips in the dirt. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Packed week in Bluefield College Athletics, Ethan. So we had volleyball on Tuesday. Today's Wednesday. We've had softball and baseball, 3 collective games. Volleyball tomorrow, men's volleyball that is. Friday, we're going to have softball in a doubleheader. And then Saturday, a tri-match and for men's volleyball. And then we're going to have a women's volleyball game as well. But it's going to be interesting with that women's volleyball matchup. Inside, 2 balls, 2 strikes because, well, they tried to play in the fall, now had to move into the spring. They got the conference tournament coming up next week.
They do, and it's their last game of the regular season on Saturday, and it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to stand in the rankings.
Yeah, trying to move into the tournament. That one is cold, strike 3. Miller was ready to toss the bat, and he actually did toss the bat into the dugout, and Gardier strikes him out for the first out of the 7th inning. Here's Lindawood. Lindawood blasted a ball to begin the game. Designated hitter. Has a home run in this one. 1 out, nobody on. Cody Gardier trying to mow his way through the lineup and send us into stretch time. First pitch, Lindawood. Breaking ball, inside corner, strike 1. So Gardier using that breaking pitch to his advantage here. Ball and a strike. Rams in those camo jerseys again and really move through good amount of pitchers here in this one. Say that even with not being able to read the numbers, they say that's their most comfortable jersey. That's the one that is the most durable. And the players seem to like it. They have played well in those. Lindawood calls time. Ball and a strike. 1 out and nobody on. Gardier fires. Swing a line drive into left field. Stepping up and a catch made. What a play by Andreas Holzer. And now there are 2 outs. Heck of a dive right there that was almost able to hop over him, but Holzer diving in front and had the basket catch.
He had it very coordinated, and even, you know, like you said, he went down on his knees to get it.
Right. Almost. I mean, that ball was tagged pretty hard by Lindawood. All things considered, even though Bluefield has dominated this game offensively, Lindawood has really given Bluefield a good amount of trouble. Andrew Sharp. 2 outs here. Gardier fires away, and Sharp looks at that one right across the knees for strike 1.
And, I mean, you could tell Lindawood early on was going to do well, particularly having that first home run score of the game.
Yeah, and it was a very long home run. And like we've said at points in this game, it's not like he just snuck the ball down the line, which would be still impressive. It's not like, as that one's down to the dirt, by the way, 1-1. It's not like he just snuck that ball and it hummed around the corner or the foul pole. He hit that thing to dead center field. And just to the left of the batter's eye, cleared out into City Park. So that's a 400-foot home run. And Sharp was able to do the same thing. Comes a 1-1. Breaking ball, outside corner, strike 2. So now the catcher down to the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs, nobody on. Gardier steps and fires. Buries a fastball in the dirt. It's going to go behind home plate. Get a new ball to play with here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. First inning of work for Cody. Got a good amount of support on that dugout side for Bluefield College, even in the rain, all at the edge of the dugout. Top of the 7th. The pitch breaks outside and low for ball 3, so a full count.
It's a big-time full count. It's 2 outs as well on the board.
Yeah, 2 outs as well. Trying to get something going sharp in this West Virginia Tech team. If Bluefield College keeps it at this and they score 3 runs as we move on into the bottom of the inning, game's over. Payoff pitch. Sharp looks at it outside. Ball 4. A good eye there. And now there's a runner at first. New batter up. We have not seen yet. Francisco Calderon up to the plate, pinch hitter. A runner at first for WVU Tech. Pitch is outside for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Cross the knees, 1-1. Still a pretty good inning for Gardier, trying to keep the pace of the game up. Ball and a strike with 2 outs. The pitch will have to wait. Swing and a miss, throw down to first, tag, not in time. Count goes to 1-2. I'm still worried about that runner over at first base, even in a 7-run game. A solid throw over by Maldonado to Mo at first. Ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Calderon waits. Long look in, Gardier comes set. Checks over the shoulder and deals. Fouled back. And we'll do it again at 1-2. The softball on Friday, where are you going to be? You got class 1 and 3?
I believe.
Oh, man.
Wish I could be there, though. Men's volleyball action going to be on Friday as well.
Men's volleyball. Is that true? Look at that.
Well, maybe Thursday.
It's definitely Thursday. It's definitely Thursday.
It's 10:41, and
yeah, I was about to say it's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
Volleyball is on Saturday. Just softball on Friday.
Yeah. Good deal.
Ball and 2 strikes. The pitch Popped up right side and out of play into the trees on the walking trails here at City Park. Calderon making a pretty long at-bat of this, 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes. Odegaardier battling with this pinch hitter. That was a 1-2. Breaking ball smacked into the 5-6 hole, and Calderon gets on with a pinch hit single. Moves Pollock over to second base. Actually kept Sharp in. So it's 14-7. And now 2 men aboard with 2 outs. Nate Hampshire up to the plate. Hampshire wearing number 28. Switching up, originally wore number 27. And it just keeps on going. West Virginia Tech doing a good job here with 2 strikes on each of the last 2 batters and able to still find the base paths. One with a walk and one with a single. First pitch to Hanshu. Fouls it back, strike 1. Count goes to 0-1. And a pretty long go of it, Ethan. Midweek games, I think that's something that makes college baseball kind of tough to wrap some fans around with some of these midweek contests. Get your bullpen ready. Those weekend series have been very fun to watch. So this has been uncharacteristic of Bluefield College this year. On the outside corner, strike 2. Now, the Rams would absolutely love this to end the way it has with 14-7, but you see some of those conference contests that have been very close. Montreat over the weekend won the first one on a walk-off passed ball, and then on the third one, unfortunately, dropped it in extra innings against Montreat. But Rams have played very close baseball, and I think that they've been able to pull out some wins. They have a good amount of mature guys as the nucleus of this team. And Ozzie Millette, guy like that, a senior over at third base. Clay Wisner already has a degree. And the 0-2. Right down the middle, strike 3 call. And that is it for the top of the 7th. So 2 runners left on for the Golden Bears. It's stretch time in Bluefield here on the Rams Digital Sports Network as we take a break. On to the bottom of the 7th inning. Bluefield leads by 7. Final score of this one, 14-7, Bluefield College able to get the win. It is deemed as final by head coach Mike White, as well as the staff of West Virginia Tech. And now we're here with Mike White himself. And, Coach, a midweek game and a very classic one that goes very long. But you guys able to get the win at 14-7. What did you like out of your team today?
Well, they battled. I mean, West Virginia Tech came out, and hit a couple balls there in the first inning, pretty long way, and
Right.
hung a 4 spot on us. And, we responded and was able to answer that and then able to continue through it. So, all in all, it's a good midweek game for us.
Well, a midweek game is normally a test of the bullpen, and it looks like you're making sure that the tarp is getting out onto the field as well. But who did you like out of your bullpen that you got to see today?
Well, I mean, Zach Powell came in and did a good job in his 2 innings. Excited for JJ to go out there and settle down after a rough first inning. He bounced back. I mean, overall, not bad at all. It's just we're just trying to get guys work, see where they're at, how they fit into what we're trying to do as we make a run through this conference.
Big weekend series coming up, a big road trip to Bryan. What do you want out of your team in those 3 games?
Oh, man, we just got to compete. I mean, they're number 15 in the country. Clinton, those guys do a great job down there. If we want to get to where we want to go, obviously we got to go down and compete hard with those guys and just let the chips fall where they may.
Well, I'll let you get out to tarp duty, Coach, or do the players have it themselves?
I'm going to watch tarp duty, but we'll let it go.
All right, final look at the rainy Bowen Field. Bluefield College able to get the 14-7 win. For Jackson Bass, for Ethan Stinson, and for Mike White, my name is Bailey Engel saying so long from Bluefield, where the Rams win it in 7.